When I was starting my first LLC, I got to admit, I felt clueless and had no idea where to begin. I didn't know what paperwork I needed, what sorts of fees to expect, or even what an LLC really meant for my business. But once I went through the process and figured it all out, it wasn't nearly as complicated as I thought. So today, I'm going to be walking you through how to start your own LLC step by step, from choosing your business name all the way to filing the official paperwork. We're going to break it all down and keep things very simple, kind of like we're doing it together. Plus, I'll let you guys in on something that can make the entire process way easier. If you're not big on handling forms or dealing with state websites, there's actually a way to skip most of the hassle and still get everything done correctly. So if you want to hear the details, then make sure to stick around till the end.
Quick heads up, I've put affiliate links in the description for everything we're covering. If you do use them, I earn a commission at no extra cost to you, which does help support the channel.
All right, so step one, the first thing you're going to need to do is choose a name for your business. It sounds easy enough, but there are a few rules you've got to follow. Like, for example, your LLC name needs to be unique and not already taken by another registered business in your state. And you can quickly check that by searching your state's business name database online, which takes just a few minutes. Now, certain words like bank, attorney, or insurance are restricted. So if your ideal name includes anything like that, you'll need special approval from the appropriate agencies. Next, you'll need to designate a registered agent, and this is the person or service that will receive legal documents on behalf of your LLC. You can act as your own registered agent if you live in the state and you're available during regular business hours, but a lot of people will choose to use a professional service instead. It's one less thing to worry about, and it helps to make sure nothing important gets missed. Then comes the part where your LLC actually becomes official. For that, you're going to need to file the Articles of Organization with your state. This is the document that will make your business legally recognized. So the filing fee for this step is usually between $50 to $800, but some states like Massachusetts charge up to $500, and you can submit everything online or by mail. Filing online is faster and more convenient though. Then once it's approved, you'll get a confirmation notice. All right, so this next part isn't something that's legally required in most states, but I'd suggest going ahead and setting up an operating agreement for your LLC. This is basically a document that spells out how your business will be run, who owns what, how decisions will be made, how profits and losses are handled, all of that stuff. You've got 90 days after filing your Articles of Organization to adopt this agreement. It doesn't have to be super formal, especially if you're a single member LLC, but it's a good idea to make something clear and detailed, and you don't need to submit it to any government office. It's just something for you to keep on hand with your business records. Aside from that, you're going to need to apply for an EIN, which stands for Employer Identification Number. It's basically like a social security number for your business, and you're going to use it for things like filing taxes, opening a business bank account, or hiring employees down the line. You can get one for free through the IRS website, and it only takes a few minutes. Now, here's the part that trips up a lot of people, the publication requirement. This is something specific to a few states like New York and Arizona. So if you're forming your LLC in one of these states, you're required to publish a notice about your LLC formation in 2 newspapers, one daily and one weekly for 6 consecutive weeks. And this has to be done within 120 days of forming your LLC. But you can't just pick any newspaper either. The county clerk in the county where your business is located will tell you which newspapers you're allowed to use. Now, after the publication period is over, the newspapers will send you affidavits to prove that it was done. Then you'll file a certificate of publication with the Department of State, along with the affidavits and a $50 filing fee. It's kind of a hassle, but it is mandatory, so make sure you don't skip this part if your state requires it. Now, that's pretty much the full breakdown of what it takes to set up an LLC on your own. I get it, it sounds like a lot, and some of these steps can get confusing very fast. So it's kind of hard not to make a mistake if you've never done it before. But like I mentioned, there's actually a much easier way to handle all of this, especially if you don't want to stress over the details or risk missing something important. So if you're someone who just wants to get things up and running without spending hours figuring out forms and legal terms, this is where Tailor Brands comes in. I actually used them when I was helping a friend set up their business, and I was very surprised at how streamlined everything was. Now, if you haven't heard of Tailor Brands, it's an online platform built specifically to help small business owners and entrepreneurs to not only form their own LLCs, but also take care of branding and other business essentials all in one place. So if the idea of juggling paperwork, deadlines, and legal jargon makes your head spin, using a service like this one could save you a ton of time and stress.
If you want to check out what we're covering today, we have affiliate links in the description. Using these earns us a commission at no extra cost to you, which really helps support the channel.
All right, now here's how Tailor Brands actually works. So once you're on their site and you sign up, it's going to start by asking you a few basic questions about your business, like the name, your state, and the type of work you're doing. From there, the platform takes over and walks you through the rest of the process step by step. Now, for the LLC formation, everything is tailored to your state's rules. So if you're setting it up in New York, for example, Tailor Brands will guide you through each specific requirement, including filing your articles of organization and making sure all of the paperwork is submitted to the right place. It's all very easy to follow, even if you've never gone through the process before. Then they'll also help you get your EIN from the IRS, which you technically can do on your own, but honestly, the IRS website can be a bit confusing. So Tailor Brands just rolls it into the process so you don't have to deal with it separately. And if you don't want to act as your own registered agent, they offer that service as well. They'll handle any official mail or legal documents that come in on your behalf, which is great both for privacy and peace of mind. Now, one feature I think is underrated is their business license and permit tool. If you're not sure which licenses your specific business needs based on your location, Tailor Brands helps you figure that out so you don't accidentally miss something important. Plus, they'll give you access to essential legal documents like operating agreements, NDAs, and service contracts. So instead of having to search around for free templates online and hoping they're legit, you'll get everything in one place ready to go. All right, so I've had many friends and clients who've asked me to guide them through the LLC setup process, and I usually just recommend that they try out Tailor Brands. Now, the main reason why is how beginner-friendly and stress-free the whole experience is. Everything is broken down clearly, so there's no guesswork or digging through complicated legal forms. And if you've never set up an LLC before, this kind of straightforward guidance makes a big difference. But they don't stop at LLC formation. Their services are bundled in a way that supports your business beyond just filing the paperwork. So you get tools for branding, compliance, and access to legal documents all in one dashboard. It's pretty much a no-brainer, especially if you don't want to jump between 5 different websites to get fully set up. I also really appreciate how they include deadline reminders and document storage within your account, which helps to keep things organized without having to store everything in your inbox or drive. It's those kinds of small touches that just make it feel more manageable. Plus, if you're new at things or you run into any issues, their customer support is also very helpful. In my experience, whenever I've had a question, they get back to me quickly and give me the info I was looking for. So if you're someone who wants to focus on getting your business off the ground instead of worrying about paperwork, Tailor Brands can save you time, cut down on stress, and help you get everything right from the start. All right, now, as far as pricing goes, Tailor Brands has 3 plans to pick from. So first up is the Light plan, which is actually free. You just have to pay the state fees, and this option just covers standard LLC formation, so it's great if you're on a tight budget and you just want to get your business legally set up without all of the extras. Then there's the Essential plan, which costs around $200 a year plus state fees, and this is the plan I recommend for most people. It includes everything supported under the Light plan, but adds annual LLC compliance as well as the option for expedited processing. Now finally, there is the Elite plan, which for around $250 per year plus state fees will include everything in the Essential plan while adding features like social media tools, a website, and logos, which can help you not only register your LLC, but develop a cohesive brand over time. Now, one thing to note here is that state fees are always separate and depend on where you're filing, so that's something to factor into cost no matter which plan you choose. But overall, the pricing structure feels pretty fair. You can stick to the basics if you're just getting started, or go for something more robust if you're ready to build up your brand right away. So, to wrap things up, starting an LLC can feel like a lot, with all the forms, the rules, and random deadlines to keep track of, especially if it's your first one. And if you'd rather skip that hassle and not have to worry about messing something up, Tailor Brands really makes things easier. It's super beginner friendly, guides you through everything step by step, and even helps with the branding side so your business actually looks professional from the jump. So whether you're just trying to get set up or planning to scale later on, I'd say it's definitely worth checking out. And that's all for today's video. I hope you found it helpful, and if you did, then please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more just like this.
And don't forget, you can find the affiliate links for what we covered right below this video, and if you do use them, we earn a commission at no extra cost to you, which helps support the channel.
Now, as always, I enjoy hearing your thoughts, so go ahead and leave any questions or comments down below, and I'll try to get back to them as fast as I can. Finally, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.